Well, there's just a bit of a sticky wicket in this part of Batman Arkham City. That member of Al Ghul's troop left, but luckily they left us a trail to follow them with.
I mean, that's kind of the natural occurrence when you try to arm barge your way out of a glass wall.
Yeah.
Also, hello Gotham Museum that never made sense. Honestly, any museum in any fictional thing never seems to make sense.
To be fair, this is also a museum that's more or less been taken over by Penguin.
Yeah.
Who also doesn't make sense.
Fair.
Let us not forget that most museums and movies have the simultaneous Egyptian dinosaur and rare artifacts section.
Well, yeah, that's a classic, and honestly, I'll agree. There are times where I'm kind of like thinking to myself, like, oh, by the way, yeah, hey, Mr. Freeze, I just love how he's just kind of chilling there.
Yeah.
Also,
well, he pretty much has to...
I fucking love Freeze's voice in this game.
Oh yeah, I love it too. But yeah, until he's pretty much just gonna be chilling here until we leave the museum. Then he's gonna be heading back to his hideout at the abandoned at the abandoned police department to work on the cure while we get the missing thing we need for it.
It's GCPD, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I was blanking on the first two letters.
And I know, James, I won't mention the pun if you won't. So
I won't.
What pun?
With the whole Egyptian like medieval thing, it almost makes you wonder like how many like do all the museums just have these like agreements about like who gets which artifacts? Because like you feel like with one dig site there wouldn't be enough to go around between all the world's museums.
I don't know. All I have to say is, hey, Britain, give that shit back.
Yeah.
Honestly,
and if you're looking,
I highly suggest watching James Acaster's like huge rant on that. He does such a great job. It's like, imagine somebody stole something from your house. It is common knowledge that they stole it. And you go to their house and you ask for it back and they just go, nah.
It's mine now.
yeah, for those that were a little attentive, while we were on the trail of the blood that the assassin sent, Batman also placed an order for Alfred to drop off his line launcher. You know, the thing that we already had, but technically don't have at this point.
Oh.
He probably felt he didn't need it at the time, only to realize, considering how shit Arkham City more or less got itself into, he's probably going to need it sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I mean, again, this is all under the assumption you didn't play New Game Plus.
right. So our go-to plan is to just deal with this assassin.
Yeah, because the thing is that is one of Talia al Ghul's personal guard, and Talia, as you know, is Raish's daughter. We follow the guard, it will lead us to Talia, which will lead us to Raish.
You know, the thing is, I feel like the assassin would have known that it's been dropping so much blood and would kill itself, because that is how the League operates.
Or it would use itself to lead us into a trap.
She kind of does.
I was about to say, don't mind that. She's a newcomer.
Ah,
Yeah.
she's new. Even though I bet Matt's going to tell me that there's some
Fresh
like,
blood and everything.
Oh,
The only way I'm gonna
Damn it.
find that assassin is to
Yeah, she
locate
left
more evidence.
the gauge that she was using to repair herself. Let's just go, boy.
Oh!
Dodge? Oh.
whoa!
Damn it.
So
What
you were
the heck
half
happened?
right. They ambushed us.
The only way to find Ray
Except all the assassin did was smack us in the back of the head. Say, "Are you dead? I'm sorry, I'm new to this. I don't know if you're dead yet."
You were
Which
saying
I
that?
love.
Honestly,
Go ahead.
the thing that I find funny is the fact that he's like, if I'm going to find Raish, I'm going to need to find more evidence. If I'm going to
Doop.
find Raish, I'm going to have to put a tracker on her.
You know, this chase scene calls for some appropriate music. DJ, if you would.
Whatever you say.
It's a classic ambush, a classic escapade of sorts that we're dealing with. Also, yeah, again, I love the headcanon. If I don't know who this assassin is, I hope she survives whatever we're about to do. And
Oh, she does. You'll see.
And I love the new lore that she's just so new. Hey, tracker.
Hopefully you didn't feel that.
Oh, it's Katana. 3 Katana. No, it's Katana,
Oh, boy.
Jade, and yeah, okay.
And Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Tim?
Yeah.
Spoiler warnings, Tim is the new Melina.
Well, yeah, no, this is the Tim Drake Robin.
Well, looky there.
Do not follow
I
us.
cannot remember if in Arkham Knight he becomes Rev Robin or not.
I do know you can. I do know he does have a Red Robin costume in this game. I don't know if that gets carried over tonight, though.
Honestly, the one thing that I am still going to ride the agony about is how they don't utilize Damian Wayne at fucking all in Arkham Knight.
I feel like he probably wasn't born at that point, and to be fair, his mother is kind of, as far as we know, still dead.
Again, I have a whole reason as to why the Arkham Knight should have been Damian, as opposed to, spoiler, I'm not going to say his name, but everybody already fucking knows who he is.
You think?
Yeah, it's Robin.
Strange really knows who you
No,
are.
Well, to be fair, he's not wrong.
Yeah, but no, just...
Trust me.
God,
I'll
I
find
don't...
a way.
Arkham Knight,
I mean, let's be real here. It's pretty much obvious at this point that Arkham Knight was mostly the result of a lot of WB games breathing down their neck.
Now go.
Probably.
Yeah.
Instead of, keeping true to what made the games good in the first place.
But now we have, for the very first time ever, the Line Launcher. This is our very first time getting this gadget and
We
using
don't have it. No. You can't say that, Bruce. No, you can't think that, Bruce.
I shit you not. I looked at that and I almost thought that speech bubble, that thought bubble, was actually some sort of like UI element of New Game Plus for the comic book.
No, it's
like,
not.
Aesthetic.
I would love if it was, but it's not. So yeah, while I was looking, I noticed that there was a Titan container back at the museum that I forgot to take care of while I was looking for Freeze. But on my way to get that container, a noise echoed through Batman's ears.
What is that sound? He just flies all the way to frickin' Tibet.
The sound of a Deadshot victim.
It all started with a gunshot.
And that damn monk raking his sand.
Will you stop the infernal raking? It's driving me crazy. Sheesh.
Just runs away. But yeah, no. This is my new lore. That Talia Ghul assassin is just so new to this that she literally has to be like, she just karate chops someone in the neck, and it's so new to the assassin thing of, are you dead? So I just want to make sure. Are you dead?
I just want to make sure.
Gotta make sure I got this right. And then meanwhile, Matt's probably gonna tell me that there's some lore that proves that any assassin that would ever be such a rookie would have been killed on sight in the Ghoul family.
Of course, they only take the elite.
Yeah, it's more common knowledge than it is like a thing that is actually seen in the comic.
Others who were tied into the
Fair.
somehow. There's a pattern here.
I mean, come to think of it, how often did Paul Dini work with the ghouls?
Well, I imagine, first off, anytime he wrote for them in the animated series. Oh, actually, you know what? Speaking of the animated series, I want to talk to you guys about that, because I've heard that being talked about. What do you guys think about the fact that they announced that they're actually making a sequel series of it for HBO Max?
The Bruce Timm?
Oh,
or
that's a great idea, and I love it. Fuck you, however, for, fuck you.
Just
HBO
because,
Max.
or is there a reason?
No. I'm
Oh.
trying to get to it. Fuck you,
Sorry, thing.
HBO Max and Warner Brothers, for fucking canceling Infinity Train. Fuck off.
Oh.
They
Wait,
can't. They
like
pretty
after
much-
season 3, or did they never make season 3?
Oh, no, they made season 3. However, season 3 ended on the most fucking depressive, dark note the series could end on.
Okay, because I was about to say, like, I would have been upset about it if it ended on a cliffhanger, but I always got the impression that every season of Infinity Train was largely self-contained.
Yes, it is. However, it's the fact that it ended on such a depressing note.
But is that what? But sorry, calming down. But
You're fine.
would that be considered? Oh, this is where Deadshot mounted the gun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, for some reason it took a bit for Batman to say the thing to trigger you going into this.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say, but was that considered the definitive? Like, was that considered a complete arc and a complete story for season 3?
Not really, no.
Like, did the creator himself say, you know what? I wish I could have made
I
one
don't-
more episode of season 3.
I don't know, because the whole thing with season 3 is that it did end on a both very, very slightly optimistic, very heavily depressing note.
For a short period 20 years ago.
Dang.
Basically, do you want me to say it? Basically, there is no hope.
Deadshot's getting slaughtered.
How about that?
Gotcha.
I hate that.
I mean, it's hope to an extent is a fantasy idea, and I say that in like the most down to earth way I can.
Logan, I am a literal nihilist, and I hate it. I want there to be hope.
Right, no, but I'm saying like, but hope has to be something that you create. It can't just be something. Oh, hang on, there's actual like silly comic book stuff happening.
Well, no, you're right. You have to create hope, and we're gonna create hope that this guy survives this mugging.
I'm just imagining a Batman PSA. Have you heard of those like "it gets better" like ads for anti-bullying, and Batman's like, "Don't worry, it gets better." It just grabs the dude.
I would not put it past Silver Age Batman to do PSAs like that.
As he gives a thumbs up to the camera.
Also, yesterday was just terrible for animation in general, by the way.
Okay, we had a whole thing about that with our Kingdom Hearts thing. So I don't think I'm bummed that those workers are now having to go back out into the industry to work, but I'm hopeful that they will be picked up by another studio and that their work will continue in some capacity.
Yes, but
Hammer and Sickle.
And let us not forget the one of the worst news yesterday. The CW has ordered a gritty, dark reboot of the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, we knew about that for months.
But let's not talk about that gritty thing. Let's talk about this gritty thing about another victim of the identity thief.
The identity thief?
Yeah, we talked about him last time. It's that same guy that basically killed a guy and peeled off his face.
Oh, right now I remember, yeah. And who also paralyzes the vocal cords for some reason.
Yeah, it's like, getting the face is one thing, but why would he need, like, aspects of a vocal cord? It's almost as if he's wanting to make his own kind of voice.
I don't know, this seems... I don't know. I mean, the way he does it, you have to have some pretty good surgical, precision with this.
I don't know.
He actually does bring that up.
I feel like for the most part I feel like for the most part with all this going on, I guess we just may as well just keep it hush hush.
Yeah, basically. And I will say that much. Wrapping up this particular side mission is one of the last things that I do before I tackle the game's DLC.
From what I remember hearing, the whole Hush side quest is something that can spawn at random.
The prompts for the bodies, kind of. It's not so much that they pop up at random, it's more so like they kind of, like, you don't really get, like, a trigger for it, if that makes sense.
What's wrong, Barbara?
I've been thinking about the identity theft case. Don't get angry. But how can you actually be sure that it wasn't you who killed those people?
Pardon?
Oh, so Oracle is aware of our identity?
Oh yeah, it's Barbara.
Of course, I'd hope she's been working with us for years.
Yeah, literally anybody in the Bat family, if you're inducted into the Bat family, one of the number one things you know is who the identities of every other Bat family member is.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know there was a thing known as the Bat family, like he's the goddamn Bat father. I'm not saying I didn't know. So
here's the
Oracle
thing,
and,
like,
go ahead.
Here's the thing, Logan. You do know Oracle used to be Batgirl, right?
Yes.
Then there you go.
Prosecution rests.
I also know that she had some connection to Gordon at one point.
She's
literally she's Gordon's daughter.
Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Oh my god. Someone's been out of the loop for...
Do you even read comics, man?
I'm saying I have never referred to it being known as the Bat family.
It is called the Bat family, fun fact. I didn't pull that
Don't mind
out
me,
my
gentlemen.
ass. That is an actual thing.
Just... yeah, no shit.
Sorry, I just had to let out a little bit of my inner turmoil.
Oh, I do want to say something right here. There is an Easter egg. There's an Easter egg where you can technically run into Croc. However, you can only trigger it on your way back from this. I forgot to show that off, though. All he really does is just, he shows up being all like, "You smell like death. When you die, I'm gonna eat your body."
Oh, but past one of these gratings or something?
Yeah, it's here. You're supposed to use the battering on that button, but it only triggers when you're on your way back from seeing Raish.
Basically, all it says is, "Hey Batman, hey Croc, I'm hungry. I know you are. Can you feed me with myself?"
No.
Yes. No. Damn.
No, I mean, yes. Maybe. I mean...
Please, sir, may I have some more?
It's like, it's... No, it was... No, I just... Even before what Matt said, like, I just had the image, like, when you first said that we could just run into... Hey, mean! I
was
thought...
in the middle of a takedown.
I thought the way they did it with Croc was that you'd literally just be walking down these subway terminals and just literally just same speed walking. Croc's walking the other way. Afternoon. How you doing?
Morning, Ralph. Morning, Sam.
It's just walking their own way.
Was there ever at any point during that whole DC Looney Tunes crossover that Sam and Ralph were brought up?
Yes, actually. It was during the... Ralph wasn't brought up, but it was during the story with Roadrunner and Lobo, which is stupid but brilliant as you would expect it to be, where Wile E. Coyote does meet up with Sam, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna call you Ralph.
Huh. Also, I know we're kind of more or less past that whole tangent, but that whole news about apparently now they're making a freaking animated series sequel. It's like, great, what's it called? The Batman? Oh, wait, I've heard of that.
Honestly,
No, it's like...
here's
first off, I genuinely like The Batman for what it's worth, but they did say, no, it actually is going to be like a straight-up sequel series to the original animated series, and they do have Bruce Timm on board for
Now,
it.
here is my one problem. We already have one. It's called Batman Beyond.
That is true. But they're touting it as being like a much more direct continuation of it than Beyond is.
And we also have one called The New Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Which is essentially season 2.
4.
Maybe this interquel would explain how Harley Quinn managed to, end up with twins.
Yeah, maybe.
Oof.
Honestly, the whole thing is that I don't want it to somehow mess with the canon that the DC animated universe already established.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, they kind of did that already with that Batman and Harley Quinn movie. Like, assuming, like, how canonical is that to the DCAU anyway?
Well, here's the thing. Apparently, those movies have the style of the DCAU, but they are actually not part of the DCAU. Because there's one with the, them versus, I think they're called the Fatal Five. I forgot the exact name of...
Justice League and the Fatal Five.
Yeah, and the Fatal Five. And they treated it as, the Justice League has never met the Legion before. They have never fought against the Fatal Five, when literally that's the premise of an entire Justice League episode.
Which, speaking of which, I was going to say, we already have a more direct sequel to the Batman animated series. It's called Justice League.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah, that is.
Well,
that
that's
does
more
kind of
so.
take place.
Well, that's more so just like, oh boy,
Oh.
Bruce ain't feeling too good. The
What the
time's
hell?
starting to get to him.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because like this is kind of like your reminder of hey numbnuts, pick up the pace and get the cure.
But it's only like, but it's all scripted, I assume.
Side
It is.
quests.
No, you won't. Hurry. You're running out of time.
I mean, like technically you could be able to like tackle the side quests in any order you want. I just feel like doing it this way just because I feel like it.
And also, just to let you know, those events are completely scripted. There is no actual time limit in the game.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, it would have been neat though if like maybe they had some like, if they had some like setting where, or some mechanic where depending on like how flared up the Titan was in your system, it would affect some of your performance, like some of your abilities.
I know in the great scheme of things, it probably wouldn't.
Hey guys, watch this. Boom.
Well, yeah, back to you.
How'd you like
James.
to slide a bat foot in your face? Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was about to say, like, I know this, it probably wouldn't have done any good for the sake of this game, but, I mean, say if there was ever a future Batman game which, more or less went full throttle with ripping off Majora's Mask.
I was actually thinking...
Oh boy.
I could see that being done with a number of ways. What? What'd you say about my mother?
Your mother is a hop!
Yep.
You just make it sound like
I have no mother, you monster.
you make it sound like Matt, like he just kind of walked up to him, just trying to gently pat his cheek, saying, "No,
I'm sorry,
I'm gonna give you an opportunity.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give you the
tending-
opportunity to step that back."
I am tending to a wound, and so I couldn't do the full clap.
Military weapon.
I know
Oh, no
it's fine.
worries.
His hands on that.
Is everything okay, man?
Yeah, no, I just I cut my finger by accident.
Oh.
Careful.
Okay, real quick, because it is something important. Basically, we're going to be seeing a lot of Joker goons down here. That Joker actually sent them to steal some of the weapons from Hugo Strange's Tiger Guards, because like, Joker is being a little bit impatient with Hugo providing doctors to help him with his cure. And right now he's basically just taking this as a chance of, like, saying, like, get me doctors or I kill you.
Now, should they... Now, to any... At any point, does a Joker goon walk up to us and think to themselves, it's Batman. Oh yeah, wait, the boss is totally working with him and absolutely needs his help in order to survive. Maybe I shouldn't try and call out.
I think Joker
cute of you to assume Joker would really let his henchmen know what's going on.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think he'd more or less keep that to himself.
Damn.
Yeah, because that is something, like, he also does that in Asylum, where he'd be like, you know what, I won't tell them you're coming through, because I want to see the look on their faces.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, and the whole clapping scene. I love that.
Yeah.
Which you could hey, if you're a big enough dick, Grayson, you could totally plant some bombs and totally interrupt that.
Honestly, I still think one of my favorite Linkara jokes I've ever heard
Don't
was
forget the rest.
He did this whole retrospective on
And you.
Bunt.
Anyway, he did this whole retrospective on Cassandra Cain, one of the Batgirls, and he did this one. What the fuck was it? He did this one. This one joke. He always calls Batman whenever he's acting like an asshole, Bat Dick. And he mentioned during the time of Cassandra Cain, she was like, Nightwing was written as an asshole as well. And one of the jokes I love is Linkara went, and it was at this time that that Nightwing wanted to encapsulate. Wait.
Hold tight.
Ah, fuck! I forgot the exact joke. Damn it!
He was being a dick.
No, he is like it is at this time that Nightwing was also trying to live up to his father and his name as
What are you
Dick.
doing in Arkham City?
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah.
I love earlier how you were about to leave the room, but then you realized, oh wait, I gotta take that nurse to safety.
Yeah, I was about to say,
immediately after that, that's when the girl called for you.
Fix, Joker.
yeah, she's
It's
like,
like, you
"Hey,
forgetting
gonna help
something?
me?"
By the way, is there a cosplay convention going around? Why are you dressed like a 1930s nurse?
Because
Gotham. But yeah, this is one of the.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, this was one of the nurses that Hugo hired to try and fix Joker. She couldn't really fix him, and Joker just decided to just kind of have her way with her. You know, kind of like the ones back at the steel mill.
Right, to which I was going to then say to you, Matt, that, I mean, I'm not going to... Hugo Strange has some very odd, like, you know, uniform standards.
Yeah. But now we're going to be going through a rather interesting part. You've heard some of the mooks talk about beforehand, and I mentioned it in another part, but technically Gotham City, like the current Gotham City we're in right now, was technically built on top of a much older city, and we're about to go through basically the ruins of that older city.
And this is why I'm here. People,
What the hell is this?
You should read a comic called Gates of Gotham. It came out a few months before this game, but obviously this company had some insider stuff.
Keep out or die. Welcome to Undercity?
Yeah.
Wonder City.
Wonder
Yeah, basically, the thing with Wonder City, it was originally going to be like this kind of like Utopia, like Gotham was originally working on. I guess something happened and it ended up never seeing the light of day. Now it's being used as the current HQ for Ra's here.
Ra's al Ghul sits over there, man. He's all like, I chose something different. I chose Rapture.
Yeah. Honestly, if you want a better explanation
I had fun with it.
Sorry. If you want a better explanation, remember Mask of the Phantasm?
Nope.
You can watch that sometime.
Remember Joker, how he took over that one funfair area? Think about it. This is pretty much like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, that tracker that we put on that ninja is behind that wall. However, it's locked off. We have no real way of, like, getting behind it. So we're gonna need to find another way that the ninja lady took. Luckily, there's a bunch of these old mechanical guardians that were left over from Wonder City, and apparently they have, like, these kind of primitive, like, recording tapes inside them, and we're gonna hack into them to see if any of them saw where the ninja went.
Alright. So, and at that point we just recreate the footage, or...
Yeah, basically. However, there's gonna be a problem, because it's not as simple as just scanning the one, because he tried to scan enough data from it, and...
Ah!
Its head pops off.
Well,
So we're gonna have to scan multiples of them.
It's a good thing we saw a few when we entered.
Oh yeah, there's like, you have to scan every single one of these. And you should be wary, because sometimes when you try to scan one of them, it causes a bunch of ninja ladies to appear.
oh, crap. Okay, so then let's just... Can we just stealth and avoid them?
Nope.
No, some of them you are forced to encounter.
And...
Oh, man. When will that update ever download?
This is why
I've
we
been
have
trying to download this movie for 4 hours.
to practice
Honestly,
safe
hold on, wait.
scanning.
Hold on.
Once it scans. Yeah, it can be a little finicky to lock on sometimes. Up goes the ninjas.
It was a good effort there, but these things last way too short. These dang scans.
But yeah, the ninjas are actually kind of an interesting, like, fighting change. They will actually dodge out of regular attacks unlike regular mooks, so you're gonna have to be a little bit more crafty and acrobatic with your abilities if you want to deal with them.
Okay, so just keep...
So...
Yeah, okay, so I see. So basically just try to just outmaneuver them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Man, it's...
You-do.
Man, it really suck if WB, I don't know, patented that kind of combat system.
We already had this whole complaint last time.
Oh.
And
That
I
was a
still
different
agree that...
video series completely, but
And
still.
I still agree that it still is no less a scummy, developer move.
No, it's WB. It's a publisher move. It's not a developer one.
Same. If in the issues that if they start doing it, then everyone's gonna start doing it. And that's how, unfortunately, you can lead to an industry stifling as a whole. Because it basically says, okay, no one's allowed to ever be creative about this unless it's me getting the money.
So when does it come to a point where we just outright outlaw patents?
It's
Not sure.
At the very least, I feel like there has to be like, there have to be stricter regulations, or because isn't what's it called? Like, isn't it like anti? I don't think.
Oh,
anti-monopoly
that's a
law
skeleton.
sounds.
Oh,
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Anti-monopoly laws sounds like too silly word. I think it's anti-competition or anti-consumer. But basically, like, I feel like there has to.
Anti-corporate?
Man, I don't know, but it's something like similar to that, I guess. But basically, like, I don't think they'll outlaw patents, like, period. But there definitely needs to be some sort of like something put in place. Nice.
There we go.
Man,
That will,
if that had exploded at 99%.
I would have been ticked.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, looks like she used a hidden compartment inside this very wall.
Diagon Alley. It was here all along.
thank
Yeah.
goodness my bad intuition came to play just as I was watching that movie.
They are
Yes.
both owned by WB.
Yes, they are.
It looks like a sword fits here.
Ah, crap.
Where are we gonna
one.
find a sword? We're gonna have to
Gee,
scour
I
all
wonder
throughout.
where-
Oh, thank you,
okay,
madame.
Thanks.
I'll take
Thank
that.
you. I was like, perfect. Thank you. Oh,
Thank
jeez.
God you didn't shove her straight to the hilt.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say. I always keep, every time I see that, I always keep expecting her to slam her head against the hilt.
It's like, yeesh. But
Protocol
yeah.
10.
So
Protocol 10 will commence in 4 hours. This is Dragon Ball Z time, just to remind
Oh yeah,
everybody.
just as a. Yeah, that's also just as a reminder, all throughout this game, they're going to be counting down to this thing that Hugo Strange is wanting to issue called Protocol 10. We'll learn more about that a little later.
all right then.
Spoiler warnings, it's such a happy ending to look forward to.
Yay. Take care.
Bye.